Hi, my name is Julia Pogrebinski. I'm the permaculture designer for Garden Renaissance and Bluegrass Ecological Design, and today we're going to do some gardening together. So it's pretty much the middle of autumn right now. I've been waiting for the weather to cool off before I plant my garlic and perennial onions that I'm very excited about planting this year. We finally started getting some freezing temperatures. My tomatoes and peppers have died, and we're going to pull them today, and we're going to replace the summer vegetables in a couple beds together today with some garlic, elephant garlic, shallots, perennial onions, and that's it. The reason I'm planting these is that I feel like garlic and onion is something that I eat the most of in my cooking. I basically, in every dish that I make, there's onion and garlic, and so when it comes to growing produce for myself, I want to start with the stuff that I eat the most and also that's pretty easy to grow. This is an excellent thing to plant in the fall. There's not a lot of stuff we can plant in the fall, but this is one of them, which is great because you've probably, if you're a gardener, have empty beds right now because all of your summer crops are done, and you can plant these and you'll harvest them around June, and then you could replace with a summer crop. So let's get started. I'm going to cut these. I'm not going to pull them because I'm not going to destroy the soil structure. I'm just going to cut them at ground level, and I'll throw them in the compost. All right, so I'm going to mix a little bit of this Happy Frog fertilizer into the soil. There's already a good amount of organic matter in this soil because of the compost and potting mix that I added. But this is just going to add a little bit more because garlic and shallots, they're all pretty heavy feeders. They like a really fertile soil. So you want to add some kind of fertilizer to them, and throughout the season I might water them in with some other fertilizer as well. So I'm just going to kind of lightly sprinkle this stuff in here. The thing about these granular fertilizers is that they're slow release, so they will continue to be active over some amount of time. And I'm just going to kind of mix this in here now. And that wasn't very much, and it's kind of better not to overdo it. We can always add more later. I'm going to just divide them up and stick cloves into the soil. They will sprout a little bit, and then they'll just hang out throughout the winter, and then they'll take off and grow really fast in the spring. So we'll have to do an update then, and we can see how they're doing. So this is the part where we want to make sure that the skin is intact. There's a little bit of clove showing here. Hopefully that's not going to be a big deal. If there's a lot of skin missing, then there's just a likelihood that the clove will rot. But I think this should be fine. And this is elephant garlic. It's very similar to regular garlic. All you're really going to be doing is essentially burying this clove into the soil just about like this. So as you can see, it's not very deep, but it is going to be fully covered once it's done. I'm going to leave it so I can see it, so I can see where it is. And since the elephant garlic heads are about this big, I'm going to make sure that's about how much room I leave around each clove. So I'll probably be able to get about maybe 3 or 4 in a row in this pretty small bed that I have here. So I'm thinking about this far apart is what I'm going to do with this elephant garlic. And it's just easy peasy. Stick it right in like that. It's a fun, easy thing to plant. And I'm going to just keep going. Oh, and make sure, this is important, this is the side that goes up. So the part where the root normally would go, which makes sense, goes down. The part where the leaf would come out, if you ever had your garlic sprout at home, you know where the leaves come out, that goes in the top. So we're just gonna go through and we're gonna stick these in like this. And each of these is gonna grow into a whole head. All right, so we just planted some garlic and some shallots and some green onions, which, as you saw, is a very easy, simple thing that you can do in your fall garden to take advantage of all your empty garden beds. Thanks for joining me, and see you next time.